Hey guys, sorry for my voice, but it is dusty and smoky here from the California fires. Just horrible. It's really bad. I'm wearing a mask, not not for COVID. um, Want to get into a thing? We did a recon trip to Oregon. You know, we have a whole bunch of possible retirement places, and we're trying to do trips to each one and look into them before we decide. Um, But before I get into the Oregon thing, I want to touch on a few observations that we made during our trip, politically, I guess. And one of them is that, we had about 3 days worth of long days of driving and stuff like that involved here through most of the length of California and a good portion of Oregon, in the central Oregon, down the coast of California, all over. No real big cities, or not too many big cities that we left the freeway for, but um, anyway, through liberal territory and conservative territory. The whole trip, we saw one Biden sign that we can remember, and it was on the Democratic headquarters building in Coos Bay, Oregon. One. Trump stuff was everywhere. There were Trump bumper stickers, Trump signs, Trump flags, Trump barns, Trump, just Trump stuff everywhere, Trump Pence everywhere. I have never seen such a severe plurality on politically out here anywhere, especially pro-conservative. Never seen it. It's huge, huge. Um, so if that's telling at all, if there are Biden supporters out there, they're not very enthusiastic, which is one of the main reasons why the Democrats, I think, want to have just a simple mail-in ballot that a lot more lazy people will do. But I've never seen it like this out here. Never seen it like this out here. Both the Oregon governor and the California governor are going to be facing recalls in this election because as of this week, both of the recall petition signing things have stated that they already have way more signatures than are required to make the ballot, and but they're continuing. And I've done my part, signing up and contributing and everything like that. So even though I'm leaving California, it's still part of the fight. So it's I'm not saying there's going to be a red wave out here. That would be shocking to have such a thing, but I am saying that I wouldn't be entirely surprised. I really wouldn't. Um, so beyond that, Oregon has a lot of negatives for us. It's kind of California light politically, which means anytime you have the left in charge for a while, you start accumulating stupid laws, just ridiculous rules. You can't do this, you can't have that, you can't do this. There's a tax on this and a fee on this, and it just gets ridiculous. Oregon's not as bad as California, but they're heading that direction, um, barring the political change that may be happening right now. Uh, Also, Oregon is not a really cheap place to live. It's cheaper than California by a good shot, but it's not that cheap, especially the coastal parts of Oregon where I'm mostly interested in. Um, the plus sides, Oregon is so beautiful. It's just a stunning place. The Great North Woods, especially the coast along there. Coos Bay is as beautiful a little coastal harbor fishing logging town as you could imagine anywhere. It's so picturesque, it's unbelievable. Weather's nice. Unless it's pouring rain, there's never a day in that coastal area where you can't go out and do what you want. It's never too hot. High summer highs are 80s maybe Fahrenheit. Winter lows. Sometimes you might get a tiny hit to just barely freezing, but not below. Maybe every 10 years or so, you might get a half an inch of snow that that isn't that cold and burns off real quick. It's just absolutely gorgeous, good weather, wonderful place. So a lot going for it. Another real negative about Oregon, though, is it's very hard for us to find the right property for us. For some properties in Oregon are just weird. I don't know how to describe it, but you just come across a lot of little tiny houses on huge acreage, or huge houses on little tiny lots. And there's very little in between, which is what we're looking for. We would love to just take our farm and plop it someplace else. But this kind of property, it's difficult to find, very difficult to find, nice housing and at the same time some acreage. So anyway, that's where it stands. I'm back. Hope you guys had a good week. We certainly did, and look forward to your comments. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see what happens.